I'm going to show you how to create fine art style black and white architectural images like this, simply, quickly and easily with DxO. And we're going to use PureRaw first, and then we're going to go into FilmPack 8. Photoshop will be our base where we will work from, but stick with me. I'm going to show you how to get through all of this. Guys, welcome back to TPG. My name's Shane. Right, I've done a lot of this type of work before. I just find it fun. Yeah, I'm going out shooting long exposures, some not long exposures, but mostly long exposures. I used to always go and get using 10-stop ND filters and things like that on a tripod, getting some good imagery, getting them as sharp as I can, doing multiple exposures. So what I did was I took 3 bracketed images. So I've got the highlights, shadows, and midtones. Took those images, went into DxO PureRaw 6, got them looking beautiful, getting all the details, pulling some extra details, cleaning it up nicely, not making it look plastic fantastic, but just pulling details from an old file. And you can see that they use a color cast on that because I wanted to shoot this for black and white. So I use a yellow-green filter, and that's what the color cast you're seeing. But it gives an incredible color look as well. But I knew that it would give me nice dramatic black and white, so I did that. Once I had done all that, processed it, saved all those files, went into Photoshop, dropped the images there, had the software align them just in case there's a little bit of movement within the images. And then from there, dropped some masks on, did some base editing. Then the black and white conversion as such, I went through to DxO FilmPack 8, which is incredible. You've really got to get the software. And chose the style and look that I wanted. Back in, whole bunch of masking, stuff like that, brushing in, creating some highlights and things like that. And so what I'm going to show you is a speed edit. Go through there, have a look, sit back, grab a cup of coffee like me, and let's have a go through this. Right, so there we are in PureRaw 6. Just going through the 3 different exposures. Just checking what I like. I didn't want to over sharpen or force any editing too many, or I didn't want to force too many details. Now you can see we're already out of there. Photoshop, 3 images were aligned. So let's pause that there. It is so easy today, isn't it, with these new masking techniques. I mean, you one click and you select. So back in the day, you had to edit out everything and use a pen tool or whatever. And how simple is it? If you can't, oh, come on, it's so easy. You can get this done. So anybody can do this. Follow along, couple of minutes and we're done. Yeah, there we go. So all I'm doing here is just brushing in some, just trying to get the sky, which is important now. And you'll see now I'm starting to just get all the highlights in where I need them. I'm thinking about the sky in the background. How am I I'm creating some of the highlights on the building, putting some dark edges on there, and you can see brushing in the highlights if I need them, because they're at the bottom of the stack, so they're not showing, but I'm brushing them in as I'm going. If I'm going to use them later, then they're already there. I don't want to do it as an afterthought. So duplicated that. Now we're going into DxO FilmPack 8, rolling through. Let's just pause that. Look, you really got to get DxO FilmPack 8. In fact, you should get the whole suite because it is really that good. I don't have to go and manually tweak the black and whites to do what I want to. It's so quick. It's so many different styles, so many different textures for noise, grain, and everything. There's a link below. Grab all the software. You can pick whatever you like. Photo Lab 9, PureRaw, everything. It's all there. Just TPG, drop it in. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? Going through the type of grain I want, the grain structure that I want. Absolutely phenomenal. Now we're going to go into actually just developing it a bit more, and I'm now masking out the image a little bit more using its development or the range masks, which is going to be your luminosity masking. And then just going through, and so there'll be some for the sky, some for the building, some of the darks, mids, stuff, lights like that. It's just incredible. Really, it's so good, so fast, and it's so intuitive. It's simple. You know, I mean, it could take you probably an hour, and you know the software, and you're just good to go. Really saves you so much time. In Photoshop, you can see obviously I dodged and burned in the background. You see the sky looks different and all that kind of stuff. So now just adding some sharpening to the building itself. Crank it up and then bring it down. Coffee and a good beat. Gotta like it. Right, so now we're going to be pulling down some of the sky, you can see, just so we can create some depth and mood into it. So obviously you see I'm working with a straight curve here. If you don't know what a straight curve is, drop me in a comment. If you want to learn about a straight curve, it can really help you a lot. It doesn't really hit shadows and midtones, and it changes a few things, but it's not as simple as that. But yeah, it can do. If you want me to make a video about that, leave that in the comments. So there I'm just basically adding in some highlights again on the side of the building, just to bring some more depth to the building. Now back in the day it would be a lot of dodging and burning. I mean, this is just, you know, more simple, and you're painting on light as well. And yeah, just adding graining to the sky and onto the building now as well, just to pull it all together with some grain to give it that bit of mood. And yeah, we're almost done with this. Yeah, just checking out the grain. There we go, before and after, and we're good to go. So there you go. I mean, obviously that was sped up in total time, but it took me to do that would probably be about 15 to 20 minutes maybe maximum, and it was really simple. Photoshop, there is a few things you can learn and things like this, but it's simple, just dodging and burning. Nowadays everyone wants to push a button, and there's a lot of things you need to do by hand too. There's a lot of other things you can do to other images. I've got other style images in the same style with that fine art architectural look with big black skies. I mean, remember, don't just always rely on editing when you're doing your pictures. If you want to do work like this, get yourself a red filter, shoot for black and white. The red really pulls those skies, really hits the blues and things like this. So if this is something you want to do and you want to learn a little bit more about, give us a shot. As you can see, it makes beautiful imagery. It's something unique. It's not something new, but I've noticed that it's something that has fallen away a little. At a stage it was very popular, but yeah, I hope to bring it back, show you guys that you can make amazing images. It doesn't have to be perfectly clean. It can be gritty and grungy and bold and vibrant, and you can do it with the whole building, a part of a building, with a street, a bridge, whatever it is. I mean, but I'm just hoping this has inspired you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It does help the channel, and keeps me bringing these videos to you guys. And obviously hit the links below. There's a lot of discounts down below you can grab, not just on DxO, but if you do portrait-based work, you can get that. And obviously this track that you're hearing is from Epidemic Sound, so you want sound in your music too. That's really cool. It's not going to give you any hassles in the future. Go and sign up Epidemic. So hope this inspired you, and still got some coffee left. That was a good video, nice and fast. Get out there, get your fine art going, get pointing at buildings, get some cool images, and create some amazing work. Hope it's inspired you guys. See you in the next video.